My name is Davis. Welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another evening time weather update where I update you guys on the two biggest weather events that are going to be coming up. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, the two things that I want to talk about today are going to include a major freeze that's going to be coming in, and it's going to be the first freeze for most people across the United States tonight. And then we also have a few areas of snow that we're going to be watching, okay? It's not really one big snowstorm here or there, but there's several areas that we're going to be watching just for like scattered snow in general, okay? So we're going to start off with this freeze that's coming in because this is seriously one of the craziest maps I've seen so far for freezing this year, because we have freeze watches there in the light blue that extend all the way from Pennsylvania and West Virginia back over into the southern Four Corner states, okay? This extends over 1,000 miles, okay? Freeze watches are lined up here across the country. And in the dark blue, those are going to be freeze warnings extending all the way from southern Wisconsin back over into California, okay? So we have got a lot of people that are going to be seeing their first freeze tonight. So go ahead and get those sensitive crops inside if you have any sensitive plants, because they're most likely going to freeze up tonight. If you don't, you also might want to start winterizing some vehicles that may need winterized for the winter, as temperatures will dip below freezing in most of the areas that are going to be in the dark blue, and even some that are in the light blue tonight. So look out for that. If you're in this kind of medium blue that extends over portions of northern Mississippi, southwest Tennessee, and east central Arkansas, those are going to be frost advisories, which are kind of a step down from freeze watches and 2 steps down from freeze warnings, but you could still see some low temperatures and frost could start to accumulate, so look out, okay? Like I said, this extends over a large area of the United States, and if you're in the upper Midwest or the Northwest, the reason you're not under a freeze watch or a freeze warning, in case you're wondering, is because you guys have already gotten those. A freeze watch or a freeze warning is meant to indicate the first freeze of the year, so that farmers know whatever farming season is going to end, but it's already ended in the upper Midwest as well as portions of the Northwest here, which is why you're not going to be under a freeze watch or a freeze warning, most likely for quite a long time. Okay, so that's an update on that. I want to talk about this snow event that's going to be coming through, or the multiple snow events that are going to be coming through. I want to start off with this one here in the Great Plains, okay? Right now, we see maybe an inch or two of snow here in portions of West Denver. Okay, here in Colorado, maybe an inch or two reading if I could get lucky, but why would I be able to get lucky? Obviously. But yeah, you could be seeing a couple inches of snow on the ground already here in Colorado. And luckily, you're probably not going to get piled on anymore. Same thing here with northeast New Mexico and central New Mexico. You could have gotten like a dusting of snow up to an inch. But let's go ahead and play this track until 6 p.m. Monday, because this snow is going to expand into portions of the United States that you may not be expecting. So here we are at 6 p.m. tomorrow. This is in about 24 hours at the time of filming. We're getting snow of an inch or two all the way into the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, okay? We're also getting a dusting of snow down here into southwest Texas, okay? That's pretty crazy. Down in like the Alpine region, you might get your first dusting of snow, maybe even upwards of an inch. There's a 0.8 inch reading in Alpine, okay? So you're going to be getting a decent amount of snow in this region for how early it is in the year for you guys, okay? Sorry about that. I had to get that cough out for like the past 5 minutes. I knew it was going to come out any second. But Wyoming as well, you could get even impacted in southeastern portions of the state. Now, it's not going to be nearly as bad as what you guys have been dealing with, but a dusting of snow is possible here west of Cheyenne, so be aware of that. Southwest Kansas, you could also get a dusting of snow, potentially upwards of an inch in some areas, so look out for that. Okay, now overall, this is not a major snow event, but it is something you're going to want to look out for, and the heaviest snow is going to obviously be falling in the mountains, but also an area here southeast of Albuquerque is expected to get a decent amount of snow. I guess this is technically a mountainous region, but this is probably about 3 or 4 inches of snow there if we could get a reading inside of that darkest shade of blue, but of course we can't. So just be mindful of that. It's not a big snow event, but it is something that you're going to need to watch out for. A lot of areas are going to be seeing their first snow, which is probably pretty nice for you guys. So anyway, next area I want to talk about here, upper Midwest, okay? You are actually going to start to see potentially some lake effect snow on Tuesday. Okay, now this only goes to 6 p.m. Monday, so we're not seeing any of that yet on the radar here. But, we're gonna have some snow spill in from Canada here into the upper Midwest, okay? So, like, northeast North Dakota could get a dusting of snow here, upwards of an inch or two even, we got a 1.4 inch reading there on the Canada, North Dakota border. But if you do get 2 inches, that's going to be an extremely isolated area. Overall, you can expect widespread, at least half an inch in this whole area here of light blue. Minnesota, same thing here, northwest Minnesota. Very similar situation to northeastern North Dakota. We do have a little bit of that darker blue color spill in here, but as you can see, that's only 1.4, 1.5 inches of snow, so no need to fret. We do have some more snow that's going to be entering the region here in more north central and northeastern Minnesota. Again, a dusting of snow anywhere upwards of an inch is possible, so look out for that. Wisconsin, okay, a lot of areas in Wisconsin are going to be seeing their first snow here, specifically like north central Wisconsin. You could get anywhere from a dusting of up to an inch of snow in like the Three Lakes region, so look out for that. Three Lakes, the town, by the way, not like the Great Lakes. There's more than 3 Great Lakes. But, UP of Michigan, I kind of consider that separate from Michigan, even though it technically is the same state. You could get a few inches of snow. You could be one of the harder hit areas here. You could see 3.3 inch readings there, 3.3 inch reading there, 3.2, 3.2. Okay, so you might actually start to get some of that lake snow effect here in portions of the northwestern UP. So you're going to get a nice snowfall amount here. Of course, for you guys, 3.5 inches is nothing, but that's a considerable amount, I feel like, for this time of year for you guys, okay? Once you get into, like, the central UP, you could get a dusting, and then eastern UP, you're not expected to see anything, but you could get a dusting, okay? The rest of Michigan here, northern Michigan, you could see a dusting for sure, maybe upwards of half an inch here, so look out for that. And then there's one final area of snow tonight that's actually here in the northeast. In the northeast, you got winter weather advisories up, actually, which is pretty early. It's kind of surprising for you guys this time of year. Vermont, extreme northeast areas of Vermont could see a dusting of snow, okay, right? But for the most part, the state's not really going to see anything, maybe 1/10 of an inch in some regions. Maine here, okay, you could see 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches in some isolated areas of the northwestern part of Maine. There was actually a 3.5 inch reading over here near Jackman, 3.3 inch reading. There's a 4.3 inch reading here, but that's in the mountainous area, of course, okay? Anytime you see like big numbers pop out of the light colors of blue there, that's going to be in the mountains, so just be mindful of that. But yeah, 4 inches of snow or more possible in isolated mountainous areas of Maine here, so look out for that. Eastern Maine, you could get 1.5 inches of snow for sure with this thing, okay? That's definitely possible, even if you're not in the mountains, right? Medway, okay, Dalby, Millinocket, look out for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I'd say the northeast snowfall events, it's kind of surprising that they're getting snow this early, but it's not really a major one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will probably actually see more snow than this, but this is just over the next 24 hours, so be aware of that, and yeah, see you all in the next one. Peace.